when I got into the water, I mean, you want to talk about a cool experience. It's 12:15, it's pitch black outside, you're in Niagara on the lake, there's no sort of cloud in the sky at all. You have an umbrella of stars surrounding you, and you're with 25 guys and 25 crew member who have devoted their time, their weekend, and many of them their past year to helping us raise awareness for melanoma. There really wasn't any sort of reason why I wanted to do the swim. I just had always kind of dreamed about it, but I can tell you for sure that there was a reason that I wanted to attach this to the Douglas Wright Foundation. Douglas Wright was a very good friend of one of the members of the Cambridge Club, and when he passed away in 2011 and the guys set up the foundation in his honor, I knew for sure that when I decided that I wanted to swim across the lake, that I was going to do it for his foundation. There was never any doubt about it. My whole thing with Crossing for a Cause was to try to involve as many people from the Cambridge Club as possible, because I think you find a certain quality of person in our membership that I was privileged enough to be a part of, and I would be remiss not to have them join me in what I wanted to accomplish. I started training exclusively for the swim I would say in August of 2014, and I did all my training in 3 spots. It was either in Lake Ontario, and I swam in it all winter and throughout the spring. It was either at the Toronto Athletic Club, and when I wanted a little bit more long distance pool swimming, I would go to the new Pan Am facilities in Scarborough. But aside from that, I would say I did 80% of my training at the Toronto Athletic Club. It was a big undertaking. I was in the pool 2 hours a day during the week, and then 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day on Saturdays and Sundays as I leaded up to the big swim. I worked with James Corican at the Toronto Athletic Club. There's sort of like a triathlon and swim coach over there.
For the most part, Michael has a really great stroke, but it's one thing to swim for an hour, it's another thing to swim for 20 hours. So there's always little fine things you'd want to change because of overuse injuries or not so much efficiently, because he was always an efficient swimmer. It was more of worried about overuse and getting injured.
In training, there was a tremendous amount of self-doubt, absolutely. I went through a lot of peaks and valleys in training, and I think there's a necessary fear that you have to have for undertaking a swim of that magnitude. We're talking about 51 kilometers. You're in a Speedo, you're in water cold enough to induce hypothermia. I had to gain almost 25 pounds of fat just to insulate my body to help ward off some of that cold.
The first 6 hours went pretty smoothly. I'd probably say around late morning, the water started picking up a bit. We got getting a little current. Michael's technique was starting to, slip a bit. His feet were sinking. And I wouldn't say I got worried at the moment, but I was getting concerned.
There were some points out there where I was definitely struggling, and they carried me through it. Without them, I would have been pulled out at some point in the middle of that lake.
I think what helped him get through it is his mental toughness. As I've told most people after being through that experience, I've never seen anyone dig so deep for so long. Michael's average speed is probably about 3 kilometers an hour. It's about a 20-minute kilometer. And he started off that way, and we were swimming all night, the first night that way. And then mid-afternoon, he really slowed down. He slowed down to about 35 to 40 minutes per kilometer. And I had that big doubt. And it wasn't until about sunset around 8 p.m. And Michael just turned and said, let's just get this done. And all of a sudden his pace picked up, and he went from a 35 to 40 minute kilometer, and he went to a 31 minute kilometer, and then a 25 minute kilometer, then a 24 minute kilometer, then a 22 minute kilometer. At that moment, I'm like, we're gonna get this done, and he's gonna do this.
I have a vivid image of trying to get out of the water and slipping and stumbling and feeling like a bear coming out of hibernation, not having his bearings. And I saw a lot of faces in the crowd of just Cambridge Club members. I saw Clive down there. He shook my hand and talked to me afterwards, and it was really nice to see him support me and come down, late at night on a Saturday night, not knowing when we were going to arrive. But more than anything, I was just so proud of the team.